Hi, I'm Sugar. This is my first time making one of these. I thought that it would be a good idea for me to talk some more about the things that I draw and why I draw them, or just in general about like what I'm drawing. So what I'm working on right now is the character sheet or the introduction sheet for Diabolical. I figured it would be a good idea, a good way for people to get to know him better. A lot of my art is me staring at it and moving it around on my screen. I was originally going to talk over like a quick replay of this, but I figured it might be nicer to see how long it actually takes me to do an artwork for those of you that are actually interested in that. I'm just trying to figure out placement for stuff. I really want to put like little details on his knife, but you won't ever see them in the comic unless I do like a final illustration. Like at the end of a comic, that's just like a fun little, really detailed piece as a treat, I guess. I just really want to put swirls all over it. I won't do it. It's cool though. This video is probably going to be kind of choppy because I have a dog that I have to let in and out every 10 minutes because he's probably got ADHD or something. I don't know if dogs can have ADHD. Hold on, I've got an idea. Wait, there's no such thing as dollars in my... There's no such thing as dollars in... I was gonna have a dollar hanging out, like this. You know, so you know it's a wallet. But they don't use dollars in the world that he lives in. There's only coins. So I can't have a coin hang out. It'll look like it's gonna fly out or fall out. No, yeah, they don't have paper money in the world that Dia and Ima live in, 'cause I said so. And I don't like paper money. I think it stinks. And I don't like the texture of paper in the first place, so I can't stand it. It's like nails on chalkboard. I definitely have some sensory issues. Hold on. I need like a classic wallet picture. I need to look at some wallets. Oh, that would be cool to have like an open wallet and his ID, his totally fake ID hanging out. Okay, awesome. I'm glad I looked up pictures of wallets. Use references, please. They help. Okay, I'm gonna put his totally real ID. Totally real ID, guys. It's very real. I should draw him like really silly in here. Give him the... Yeah. Dia to me gives me like mute Joker vibes. I don't know why. He makes me think of like if Joker couldn't speak. He can speak. He speaks a lot. He's a talker. Sometime with Ima. With other people he doesn't talk at all. If Joker was a mime, that's definitely Dia. Valid. That's a valid license right there. He's got 2 spiked wristbands that he wears. Don't ask me why he wears them. I know why he wears them, but I'm not telling you. For now, just pretend he wears them because he thinks they're really cool. And he'd be right. They are really cool. What's one? My professor in college told me never to duplicate things and to draw them. Well, not to never duplicate things. What? I merged the background layer. Oh my gosh. My life is over. Do you know how many times I do this, though? It's a little ridiculous how many times I've achieved this exact problem. I will not make the same mistake drawing emas. I also don't have an actual mic, so if I sound really bad, yeah, sorry. I don't have the money for an actual mic, and I don't know if I'm gonna do many of these in the future. I thought about trying to do these live, but no. I realized very quickly I'm not built for live streaming because a lot of the time I'm awkwardly quiet while I'm collecting my thoughts, which takes a long time. I just get nervous when I'm even when I'm just recording myself alone, I'm a little nervous. Ima and Dia is a project that I'm working on by myself. Kind of, I mean, my partner's cheering me on, which is really nice. I appreciate it a lot. And it's probably the thing that made me want to actually do it in the first place. Because I do feel like I'm sort of dependent on people. Someone, it has to be at least one person to be interested in a story that I'm making. And Ima and Dia is the project that I'm doing by myself, but I'm being cheered on, so I don't feel alone in making it. I feel like my partner deserves some credit for cheering me on, because when I was younger in high school, I really wanted to do a comic, and I did make one for a short time, and it was not very good. But that's because I was in high school, and I also wasn't super experienced with making comics. I'm still not very experienced, but you find your own way to do something, and it works. Wait, I must have merged it really recently, because... Oh no, it's because that was a gradient. Or the opacity was low, so that's why it's coming through. Oh my goodness. Whatever, you get a nice little shadow on the wallet. I think I got it all. I'm definitely gonna miss something and notice it when everything's finished and I can't go back and fix it. Okay, that's bothering me. Okay, good enough in my opinion. Oh, he definitely has a picture of Ima on him. Absolutely. Like a little Polaroid. Dia's handwriting. Bad. He's definitely got bad handwriting. I used to have bad handwriting in middle school, I guess. No one could read what I wrote, but I swore it was pretty clear. Like, maybe I'm delusional. No. That's something someone delusional would say. That's great, in my opinion. Wonderful. Here, he definitely put a little heart on it. Okay, time to draw Ima. I'm sure, if people end up actually reading... I don't want to say it like that. How do you word that in a way that doesn't sound... Anyway, if people read my comic, I can probably foresee that they'd like Dia. They'd be coming for Dia a lot, because he's the guy. People really like guys. People love men. And he's hot. I think. Maybe not everyone will think that. He's hot to me. But I really like Ima. There's a lot of Dia in this world. There's a lot of characters like Dia, I feel like, in this world. But I feel like Ima comes from sort of a personal place for me. In my mind, I feel like I'm playing a little bit in the playground of gender and sexuality here. I didn't want Ima to be... I mean, in my opinion, I don't feel like she's unattractive. But maybe that's just me. But she's not, you know... She's sort of feminine in a way. I mean, I've given her... Dia has these jagged curls, these jagged pieces in his hair. And masculinity, stereotypically, is very jagged, very rough, very harsh, very strong. And femininity is very, coily, curly, soft curves kind of feel. And first of all, I explore a lot of ideas with texture and shape. So a lot of my language isn't verbal, which is really hard to get through to people who aren't like that. But I hope that in some way, like, maybe even subconsciously, it's understood. If anything I'm saying even makes sense. It makes sense to me, but I don't know if it makes sense to other people. But Ima's very close to me because she's a little strange. She's a little unsettling, I guess. You can't see her eyebrows, so a lot of her expression depends on her mouth. And you're not even sure if that expression is true, because her eyes don't usually look too different from scene to scene. But by getting to know her, you start to understand that she's almost always being genuine. Even if her face looks angry or expressionless, because Ima's not good at expressing herself. I mean, she does on her own, but I feel like there's a lot of me in Ima, and that's why she's so special to me, because she's like what's inside of my heart. I know I look like she's kind of self-insert. But again, not really, because there are things that Ima does that I would never do in my life. Like date this guy. Sorry, I love Dia, but being completely real, no silly haha, I would not touch this man with a 10-foot pole. If he was real, he would scare me so bad. In a fantasy? Yeah, absolutely. I think Dia's very attractive. But in real life, talking real time, no, I would not. And Ema would, for real, because she has no self-preservation skills. There's a lot about Dia I can't talk about, though, with just their relationship dynamic. But with Dia, I really wanted him to love Ema. I feel like, and maybe that's just a personal problem I have, a lot of the love portrayed in media isn't true enough for me. It doesn't satisfy me. I wanted Dia to love Ema in a feminine way. There's a way to femininely love someone, but I don't really want to put boxes on things like that, on things like love. I guess what I'm trying to portray is devotion. Complete, utter devotion. Which I feel like a lot of media fails at portraying, at least modern media. You see complete, utter devotion in some of my favorites. Like in Castlevania with Dracula. You see that. And I love that. And I'm not going to apologize for loving how far he takes his devotion to the point where he is destroying the world. That's the kind of devotion I want to see. I think a lot about how much emphasis is put on men and how beautiful men are. At least that's what I am surrounded by a lot in my day-to-day. It might not be the same for other people, but I'm just reacting to my environment. And this isn't a story about Dia. This is a story about Ema. Really. There might be people who come for Dia, but I hope that there are people who stay for Ema. Oh, and yes, this is his name. This is what he's named. This isn't like a surname, or that's not a surname. It's like, this isn't a fake name, a false name. That's his name. He came out with that name in the womb. Wait, he came out of the womb with that name. I should put came out of the womb in parentheses. He didn't come out of a womb. That's all I'll say. He didn't come out of a womb. Yeah. But he's definitely human. Absolutely, definitely human. Also, I'm never going to tell you what Dia is, because he's human. You should know this. What? When? Oh good, it's on this layer. Okay, not bad. I could probably scoot him down a little. He's got room. That's great. Okay. Top of the likes list. No one should be surprised about this. That was an obvious one. He likes the rain. They both like the rain. I'm gonna lowercase that so people don't think it's a name. I hope that my handwriting is legible. I don't want to say traumatized, but I'm like self-conscious now about my handwriting since in middle school, no one could read my handwriting. And I think I've already said this. But I swear I was writing it clearly. I could read it great. But no one could read it. They were like, what does that say? What do you mean, what does that say? Ema, Rain, he likes blood. I don't know if I should put that on there. He's really into it. He's really into blood. It's kind of a problem. He needs to get it checked out. Is that edgy? What am I saying? This whole thing's edgy. I should just give in. Give in to the cringe. Let it happen. It's okay. And the whole point of, well, not the whole point, but like part of the reason I wanted to make the comic of these two is that I wanted a depiction of romance in a way that's not soft. It's soft. I mean, they're very loving, they're very sweet to each other, and they're very tender, and they genuinely care about each other very, very much. But it's not easy on the eyes, I feel like, for people who I don't know. Maybe for people who aren't queer and for people who are neurotypical, the way that these two go about loving each other is both very normal and also very strange. Or just the things that they don't care about, if that makes sense. He doesn't like children. This is gonna be the deal breaker for a lot of you. He doesn't like children. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. He also doesn't like cats. Okay, he's not a good guy. I told you he wasn't a good guy. Him and Ema and him are not having kids. Ever. Sorry. I also wanted a depiction of a relationship that is a relationship without children. A childless relationship. Many, many stories end with pregnancy or marriage. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not into that. And when I say he doesn't like children, I don't mean that he wouldn't help a child that was upset. I just mean he doesn't want children. He doesn't enjoy being around them for prolonged periods of time. But he is not super, super evil. I mean, he's evil, but he's evil in the way that if you leave your child with him, he's gonna teach your child curse words. Yeah. And he doesn't like cats. I'm not gonna tell you why. Okay. I won't give you the story, but he's traumatized by cats. Well, a cat. Yeah. He's not a cat killer, okay? He's not like that. He just doesn't care for them very much. Anything that's really gonna take Ema's attention off of him, he's not a big fan of. And it's not in a way of like, you need to get rid of that cat right now. But it's like, kind of silently glaring at the cat because he's jealous. That kind of thing, you know. Because Ema likes all animals. But she really likes spiders. But yeah, he's traumatized by cats from a cat when he was younger. There was a very unfriendly cat in his childhood. So, again, it's not like he's a cat hater. It's more like he's a cat disliker. I just want to make that clear. Please don't kill him. Cat fans are a little crazy. Oh, he doesn't like onions. He's not an onion fan. They make him throw up. I know that this list is like very stereotypically kind of edgy. But, you know, that's kind of the point. I've decided I'm just not gonna care anymore about whether or not the fun ideas I have are mature or adult, I guess. Basically, I'm deciding that I don't care if I'm a little cringe, because I'm having so much fun. And this isn't a serious story. Like, it's not supposed to be, I don't know, it's moody, I guess. I probably won't do very many of these for a while though, because I literally cannot record myself. I mean, I can record myself when there are people in the house, but I just feel awkward doing it with there being people in the house, like hearing me talk about my art. I feel I need to let that go, but I'm always so worried about seeming like I'm full of myself but you know, I have to talk about my work if I want people to look at it. So some stains, some curious stains. We don't know what they are. Good enough. Alright, that is the end result. Pretty cool. Wait, no. I'm not done. Hold on. I think it'll look good once I put it in the website, so for now, I think that's good enough.